Hi, my name is Paul Thompson with the Cycles of Development Educational Process. And we're here to talk to you this afternoon about the true self, your abundance, your true self, and the 5 aspects of the true self. The 5 aspects of your true self is your purposeful self, your emotional self, your passionate self, your spiritual self, and your intellectual self. Well, we're going to talk to you for a few minutes about your spiritual self, because this is a topic that's literally taboo. Very few people talk about spirituality today, which is very unfortunate. Spirituality is about demonstration. Spiritual has to deal with the unseen reality. But it also has to deal with us understanding how to demonstrate things from the unseen world into the physical world. And some people talk about the demonstration, we call it today in technology, is social proof. What is the social proof? And that's what spirituality does for us. It begins to really help us to understand what is social proof, how to quantify and measure it so you know how real this information is that lives in you and how to access it. And so today, there's so many people running from religion. And sometimes it may be rightfully so. But religion and spirituality are completely 2 different things. And most people have lumped them into the same category. Religion has to do with philosophy. It has to do with man-made ideas of philosophy. And some people will say, well, what are you talking about? You know, because everybody has their own philosophy or belief in religion. But basically, even if they are directly from what their higher self and higher beliefs are, still man has tampered in the process. Now, whether he's pure or not, that's another topic. But what makes spirituality very unique and different is spirituality is based on things being demonstrated to you. And so when something is demonstrated to you with proof, with social proof, you can't deny it. Now, of course, you can deny it, but I mean, if you deny something that's factual, then, you know, that's a horse of another color. The objective here is to begin to understand spirituality in your life as it pertains to the true self. You see, when somebody demonstrates something to you and you've been trying to accomplish something over here and what you've been doing isn't working, and then somebody comes over here and demonstrates to you how to make it work, that's not guesswork. That's not fantasy. That's not hocus pocus. That's law in motion. And that's what spirituality is about. It's about us understanding law in motion. And everything in this universe, in your universe, is governed by law. That's spirituality. And so when we, at the Cycles of Development Educational Process, talks about spirituality, we don't want you getting spooky. We don't want you zapping out and thinking about we're talking some religious stuff. We're simply talking about demonstration, social proof. And so when we say we're going to give you a spiritual understanding, hey, that's serious. That's social proof. So it's like, all right, show me. Because we know that you're from Missouri, the show me state. And so we know you need to see the social proof in order to be convicted or convinced. And some people have faith and believe. But most people today, through social conditioning, need to have the physical proof. And everybody eventually needs to have the physical proof in order to believe that what you're saying is real or that what can be done can be done. And so spirituality is just that. It is the demonstration of law manifesting itself on the physical plane. And so when you see that, you don't have to do any guesswork anymore. Now let me give you a demonstration of what I'm saying so we can really bring the point home. If you take an idea in your mind, and the idea in your mind is unseen, it is spiritual in its nature because it's just an idea. The idea, or let's even go back to the thought. The thought is even more spiritual, is because it's unseen. It's not even an idea. The thought has to be given an intent. With the intent, the thought becomes an idea. And then you have to take the idea from the thought and take it to the emotion for packaging. When it gets to the emotion and your want becomes a desire, you take action on the idea now and you manifest it into a physical form. Wow, what a process. So now the idea is manifested on a physical plane. And somebody says, well, look, Joe created this. Well, Joe had been created in his mind, but now you're seeing the physical outlay of what Joe created. That whole process is called spirituality. And so nobody's teaching from law to bring clarity to these processes. And so that's what the cycles of development educational process is about. It's bringing things into a clarity of understanding. And so in the book of Proverbs, it says, above all thy getting, get understanding. It is more valuable than any earthly riches. And that's all we're here to do, is begin to take nature and package it so that you can benefit from the simplicity of the practical process of nature. And so that's all we're talking about when we talk about spirituality. So that's one of the greater aspects of who you are and what you've come here to be. Everybody has thoughts and feelings. Well, your thoughts and feelings are spiritual. Let's give another demonstration. Your heart has desire. Your mind has thoughts. Your soul has purpose. Nobody can see any of your thoughts, your feelings, your desires until you take a physical action to manifest them. Ain't that something? And when you take that physical action to manifest those thoughts, those feelings, those desires, then people can see what your intentions are. But before there, none of us knows, because they're hidden away within you. And so we will see you in the next phase of the Cycles of Development educational process.